deal, everybody? It's your girl, Alasia. Welcome back to the Tatted Beauty Podcast. And before I begin, because I forgot last video, I'm not going to forget this video and videos moving forward, but subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Like I said, welcome back to the Tatted Beauty Podcast. I'm your host, Alasia. This is episode 7, baby. Episode 7. And we are getting to the nitty gritty here because the next topic that we're talking about, because we're just going to jump right into it because we don't waste no time. I don't got time for none of that small talk. Shout out to my boy G Chambers. But yeah, we're getting into confidence versus arrogance. Okay? Again, confidence versus arrogance. And those two can be misconstrued very easily. So, I got to get the dictionary on y'all because, some people are just, yeah. We're just going to go ahead and get the definition of both. So, confidence, the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. Firm trust. Okay? Now, arrogance. And a person who is overly proud of themselves or their own opinions. Right. Now, when I say that can be misconstrued, it is totally true. Because I've seen it. Of course, I've gone through it. I wouldn't be talking about it if I did not go through it. But having confidence, okay, is knowing your worth, basically. Not being overbearing, not trying to be in competition with someone else. Everybody knows what confidence. You just walk with confidence. Some people don't even have to speak. You can just see their confidence. They exude confidence. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people get angry at people who exude confidence. And I, for one, am a person that exudes a lot of confidence regardless of what room that I'm in. And I know there's other people that can identify with that too, because I have been in rooms where people have walked in and their confidence level has been on 1,000. You know what I mean? And they necessarily may have not even had the look or the clothes or whatever, but it's not even about that. It's about the confidence that they exuded when they walked through that door. It was just, they knew they were it, you know what I mean? Regardless of what setting that I was in. I mean, a ballroom setting, it was school, concerts that I used to attend, softball games, basketball games, the list goes on. So in building confidence in yourself, it's easy to acquire a bit of arrogance with it if you don't have the right guidance or if you don't know the right way to go with it. Because I've seen people exude confidence, but after a while it turned into arrogance. Like they were better than the people that they were around. And I don't like that. I don't like that for anybody. And we here to be real transparent and to be very blunt, open, and I'm just going to tell you that is whack to exude, a certain amount of arrogance when you don't need to. Because I've seen it. I've been in the industry, for instance, being around celebrities. Some of them have an arrogance that you can see without them even opening their mouth either. And it's disgusting, to say the least. Like, that does not take away from the people who are genuine in the industry. I'm not saying as a whole, but you do come in contact with a lot of people who are just like, I'm better than you. Why are you sitting next to me? You can't sit next to me. And I'm not that type of person. Even when I was in those rooms sitting with those celebrities, I still never treated people with a sense of arrogance, like I was better than them or you couldn't sit with me. I was still in the hood, chilling on a corner, drinking, smoking, having a good, jolly old time, dancing in the middle of the street, sexy walking, all that. Um, I'm a very humble person, and some people may say I was being a little too humble, and I've been a little too humble, but I don't like to get into all of that. It's just I'm confident wherever I go. I'm actually a DSP worker as well, so I have to give my clients a sense of confidence as well to um, allow them to even get up in the morning sometimes because they get depressed. They have their moments. And if I can do that for them, you know what I mean? I definitely have to be able to do that for myself. And I feel like a lot of people lack confidence and they've adopted arrogance. Why I say that? I'm going to elaborate on that. Being in the hood, you get a sense of arrogance because everybody is in competition with each other. Everybody want to have the flyest car or a better car than the other person. One drug dealer want to be bigger than the other, so they trying to take the other one out. And they just walk around with the chip on their shoulder and just arrogance, walking through blocks, just like demanding stuff and things like that. Even in sports, people exude arrogance, and we've seen it where people get out of control with their arrogance, and it costs them a lot. They get taken out of games. They get their pay gets docked. It's a bunch of things that happens. You know what I mean? So you just gotta make sure you gotta. I'm not okay because no, there's just no way in hell you could just be arrogant. No, there's no way around it. Because I was gonna say, you can be overly proud of yourself. I'm not saying that you can't be overly proud of yourself because that is the definition, overly proud. But there's a certain extent, people that are always talking about themselves. Like literally every conversation has to involve them or something with them. Now, there's a difference if you guys are both telling stories, you know what I mean? You're comparing stories. Now, that's different. But I'm speaking of the conversation has nothing to do with them. And they always have to include themselves in there and just boast, basically. That is arrogance. And I felt myself, I'm gonna cut myself off right there. I actually felt myself doing that, but I only felt myself doing that because I was around people that made me feel like I needed to do that because they was trying to play on my top. Basically, that's basically what it was. I felt like people were playing in my face, so I just felt, stop playing with me. Point blank, period. And I began to get in an energy of arrogance where it was like, I did this, I did that, I do this, I do that, and I have this and I have that, you know what I mean? And not necessarily out in the open to everyone, but to specific crowds that I was around. I can honestly say that I was, but it was because people make you get in that type of energy as well. And that's where self-control comes in because it's like, why do I have to even adjust to anything that anybody else is doing around me? Why? Why do I have to do that? That's why I said in the hood, it's easy to get a sense of arrogance. I just spoke on this the other day. I was actually meeting one of my male friends or whatever, and I was talking to him, and a chick, very arrogant, just called his name like it was just, you guys know what I mean, like basically just trying to, I guess, rain on his parade, trying to make it seem like he was trying to talk to me. But I'm not even interested in dudes, so it just felt funny. And she was trying to assert like her authority. She's like, come here. And I was like, oh, let me go because I don't even have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do females feel like they have to be so arrogant and in competition with the next female when they see a pretty female or another pretty female, should I say? And it's like I always say, I like females. I do not have a issue. Let me get closer to the mic. I don't have an issue with giving a beautiful lady a compliment, okay, and maybe a little look. All right, I have no problems with that. But for you females with this arrogance that likes to come around and just want to be the center of attention, that is not even cute, like, at all. And I don't even want to get into that, but that's a sense of arrogance that I don't think will ever die down or ever get old, should I say, because everybody is territorial, I guess. Nobody knows who anybody knows, and it's a new face. I get it. Cool. I'm cool on that. But y'all gotta chill. You know, I see it in the mall sometimes. Like I'm with my daughter and she'll be like, Ma, look at her. And I'm like, yeah, she walking. She got that walk. And she be like, yeah, Ma, she do. And it's just like, it's so cool that my daughter can even pick out people with confidence, because she has confidence too, because my daughter is very petite. She's very small. So I have to actually had to teach her how to have a level of confidence within herself and not be arrogant, because she is very pretty, but she's small. So she gets picked on her size a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because she's very, like I said, petite. But I taught her to have a level of confidence where it's like, walk around with your chin held high and you walk in any room knowing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I may not have it all, baby, but I got brains and I got beauty. That's it and that's all. And like I said, it's all about knowing your worth when you're confident. It's not about being conceited. It's not about wanting to be better than anybody in the room. Some people just exude an amount of confidence that you can't buy nowhere else, baby. AKA sitting right in front of you, okay? Because, man, listen, confidence can be broken, but it can be built right the freak back up again, okay? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. And if anybody is out there fighting to build confidence within themselves, whatever it is, to build confidence in a career, to build confidence, just getting up in the morning, because this world is fucking crazy. And just to wake up to go outside, depending on where you live at, sometimes it's very freaking stressful. So do something to build the confidence that you have. I don't teach anymore. Well, I don't teach yet, but dance. But I still have the confidence in me enough to do it. Like, I'm gonna keep going forward and I'm gonna keep doing it, because that's what fulfills me and that's what makes me happy. I may not get booked for anything, you know what I mean? A lot has happened, you know what I'm saying? So I may not. And it's all well and good, but that's still not going to stop me from dancing. You know what I mean? That's still building a confidence in me that nobody else, like I said, can buy. Nobody else can replace. Nobody else can break because they didn't build it, you know? And going back to being arrogant now, because I said a lot of things about, you know, confidence or whatever, and being arrogant. Now, I'm taking my time with this one because I really don't want to say the wrong thing, but I'm always going to say the right things. Understand that wholeheartedly, but we are on a platform here, so I got to keep some things, you know, PG. So a thought process does have to go into the situation. But arrogance, I have been around people who have exuded arrogance that is just like, ew. Like, I don't even want to be around you. I have had friends that have grown into those type of people, like just arrogant. And it wasn't even because they had more money or anything like that. It was just, I don't know, like, it was just, for an example, you ever had a friend come around you and just, you're in like a damper, you're numb, you don't even know what to do, like you're depressed, you're stressed, you're everything, and your friend knows this, and your friend neglects everything that you are going through, Or they hint on what you're going through, but then say, but oh girl, let me tell you about da da da, and just starts rambling on about themselves when they see you stuff that is arrogance. Okay? A little bit of narcissism, but we're not gonna get into that because everybody is using that word. That is the word of the year, okay? Narcissist, okay? So we're not even gonna do that. But the arrogance in that alone, to dismiss your friend's emotional stability for your own pleasure in the moment, you know what I mean? Because you may have gotten some good news or whatever. Like, no, no. Calm that down. Calm the arrogance level down. It's okay, Or, shoot, I've seen it at parties, bro. And I'm talking about it was the dirtiest person in the party, probably with the bummiest niggas, but the arrogance level. I used to get into arguments with dudes, and it used to be like they just used to be so arrogant, and it's like, sir, look at you. Like, why do you exude that kind of arrogance? Like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, I can't even say the things that they were saying because, like I said, PG, but just being very disrespectful and just very degrading to women. I've ran into men like that just feel like women are beneath them, and that I don't like people like that at all. So if you are that type of person that is very judgmental, non-compassionate, stay from around me, because I am a super compassionate person. Like, I'm super confident and I'm super compassionate. So I don't like to be taken advantage of. I don't like people to come around me with arrogance because I speak life into people, and I don't expect them to speak life into me because that's just me naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to big somebody up regardless. I don't care if I'm like feeling 30% that day. You know what I mean? If I can make you feel 100, I'm going to do it, and I've done it. You know what I mean? But I've learned that arrogance does not get you far. I've seen people's careers go under for being arrogant. And I'm talking about like people that were on. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories of my dad losing certain opportunities because he was very arrogant. He just felt like he knew what he was talking about. He knew everything, and sometimes you don't know everything. You really don't. But you don't have to make people feel small, because that's what I feel like arrogance is too, making people feel small. Maybe you can agree with me, maybe you don't. And maybe I just say that because being in front of it is belittling. You know what I mean? Because I may not have what you have. I may not be in the position that you're in, and vice versa. So why would I make you feel small by overcompensating and over talking about myself when it's a bigger picture? You know what I mean? And I think now in my healing journey, because I say I healed a little too much because I'm very secluded now. I'm very private. I don't really like people in my energy a lot because I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. And I just don't want to be triggered. But I think a lot of people feel like I developed a sense of arrogance, but it's not arrogance. It's just I have to do me. Everybody did what was best for them. So I had to get my confidence back. Going back to the confidence, I had to get my confidence back. So you guys, or whoever I may be speaking to in general, if you do have people that are in your life that seclude themselves, that isolate themselves because they need that time to build their confidence back up or whatever, give them that time. But don't let your arrogance get the best of you where you're making narratives in your own head, because I've done that too. where I'm just making up shit. You understand what I'm saying? And nobody is excluded from that because we've all done it until we have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. But if somebody out there, like I said, has friends that are going through situations, or you are that friend that have been in a situation and your friend has just totally fucking just neglected all of your freaking emotions, basically, I'd say if you can't have a conversation with them, if you don't know how to have uncomfortable conversations, I just feel like if you can text it. Some people may say that's childish, but a lot of people don't know how to have in face-to-face conversation without becoming overly emotional or impulsive. You know, some people get so impulsive to the point where they swing, they cry. Some people don't like to cry in front of people. So like I said, just text it. You can write it. That's not childish at all. However you need to get your emotions out, you get your emotions out. Period. Like, that's how I feel about that. You know what I mean? And just love on people. You know, genuinely just love on people. You don't have to go around people with a sense of arrogance. Like, we have family members. We can go into that. We have family members who are so arrogant, who feel like they have gotten to a point in their lives, you know, because we all got them family members, aunts or uncles, cousins, you know, who may have made it out of certain situations. They live in certain states or countries or whatever. They've gone to college, and you may not have done these things, and they just come around the family and they have this sense of arrogance, like nobody is better than them. I don't like that. I don't like that either. So like I said, arrogance can go a long way. It can go a long way. It can stretch. It's like freaking what do they call it? It's like the flu. It just spread. Like, it really does. And I've seen crowds of people turn into arrogant people who may not have necessarily even been those type of people at first. I just be looking at them like, what? Where did you get this from? Like, okay, whatever, you know? So like I said, you don't have to be arrogant to be confident. That's just the end all be all about that. You know what I mean? I have been through situations personally where I have shit. I go to the gas station, man. I could have on. I don't even have to dress. Now, I do the makeup thing, you know, for the podcast, or if I have like a photo shoot or video, something like that. But other than that, I am like a plain Jane. I just wear like lashes during the day. I really don't wear makeup like that. But I'll go outside looking real regular. And I could be going to get the simplest thing, and I won't say nothing to nobody. And I'll have some people that'll look at me with a glow in their eye. I have some people that'll look at me with hate in their eyes. And I'll just be like, well, what is it? Because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being my regular self. But I had to understand it's the confidence that I exude, because I'm going to stand stern wherever I go. I'm always going to exude confidence. I'm always going to do that. And I've had people start like tonight. Prime example, I went into Walgreens. I'm sorry to skip because that's crazy. It literally just happened to me tonight. In Walgreens, I went in Walgreens, and I went to the register, and the girl saw me all dolled up or whatever the case may be, and her face. Now, mind you, it was one cashier already bringing somebody up, so she opened up the other register across from her. Well, him. And I was the one that just happened to be next. So when I walked up to her, she looked at me and rolled her eyes and was like, how you doing? And I just was like, well, what did I do? Like, I didn't even do anything. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't even dressed like this at all. I just had, you know, my face done. I had on some sweatpants and a regular t-shirt. But it's just like, for her to see my confidence in myself and get like that, or just get so nasty, that is like, that's baffling to me. Can somebody explain that? Can a female drop something in the comments? Can somebody tell me something? Like, why does that happen? Why can't male or female, because I'm not even going to just put a gender on it, male or female, why do you guys get so territorial or so jealous when another person that's fly or that look good or that got nice hair or that come in looking done up? Why can't y'all take? Can somebody answer me that? Because I don't think people really see it. Or if they do see it, like, how are you that person? Because I can't do that. I'm sorry. Now, if you got on some good, nice shoes or whatever, I give compliments all day, baby. I'm not jealous of anything that anybody has, got, want, getting, none of that. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to work toward it. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say that I've never been jealous of anything. Of course. Of course. We all get a little jealous of things. Depending on what it is, the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, so cool. But as far as to be jealous of somebody's confidence, never. You will never see me mad or hating because of somebody's confidence. Now, confidence can also be, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say programmed, because that's honestly what it is. So let me explain. What I mean by program is a lot of people lack confidence. So they get into things that builds that kind of confidence. Like I said, get into things. Like becoming a cop. But that can go one or two ways. Because you got good cops and you got bad cops, aka arrogant ass cops. You know what I'm saying? Who don't care about the book, who don't care about the law, who gonna pull you over and give you a ticket just because, who pull you over for absolutely nothing, just to run your license and everything, just to see if something is wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Or assert their authority because they have a badge. Make you get out your car because they have a badge. Because you are vulnerable. Because you don't have a gun. Because you don't have a baton. Because you don't have mace. That's arrogance. But like I said, it can go one or two ways. It can build confidence because some policemen are bullied in school. If you look at a lot of the police force, a lot of them were bullied. Or were like nerds and not that popular, you know what I mean? Or people that just wanted to build, discipline, confidence. You know what I'm saying? That just wanted to be invisible in a sense. Not even invisible, but like stronger, solid, more solid. You understand what I'm saying? And I get it. But like I said, that can go one or two ways, because how you trying to build confidence, but you're being arrogant at the same freaking time? That makes no sense, because I know we all know some arrogant cops, especially narcs. Especially in the city of Patterson. Okay? But we're not even going to get into that, okay? Because I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. I've been to jail one time. One time, okay? And we're going to get into that, but that's it. You see, that man, he always on time. He is always on time. Because I was literally going to say we're going to get into it later, because I'm going to get into it. It's time. And it's time for Isn't It Shady, baby. And I got the new shades. Shout out to Burlington Coat Factory. Yeah, so it's time for Isn't It Shady now. That is crazy that went off just when I was about to say that. But anyway, isn't it shady that this was like a long time ago, but I was so arrogant and so like aggressive and just like so in my ego. I was, anyway, long story short, I had wound up getting into like, I guess you could say a chase with the cops or whatever, with the narcs actually. But it was a long story. They was like harassing me for a while. They was running down on my block. They was harassing me. But anyway, they wound up locking me up, girl. Baby. They locked me up. And I was locked up for 4 days. When I tell y'all, that was the longest 4 days of my life. I was at that phone every day. Like, Mom, can you please come here? Where's the money? Is the money there yet? Did it come? No. Okay. Well, it's crackheads in the corner, withdrawing. Yeah, can y'all come? Please. Please. Yeah, I had a whole bale of everything, y'all. Ain't that shady? Yeah. That's where arrogance will get you, because I used to curse them out every time they used to run down on my block. So that's and that was karma too, for real, because I really cursed them out because they had told my speaking of arrogant cops, they had told my car. Well, it wasn't my car, it was my girl at the time. It was her car. We were sitting in it. Like sitting in it. It wasn't on. And they literally, just because they wanted to and they could, they towed the car. They made us take everything out of this vehicle while she had her license in her hands and told it. Arrogant ass mother. Yeah, that right there, I said, oh, they ain't playing. They are not playing at all. Like, I've seen these arrogant cops run down on the block, take everybody's shoes, and leave them outside in the rain with no shoes. Yeah. Yeah. It gets real out here in the city of Patterson. It really does. And I have really seen it all. Like, Jesus. If I ain't seen it all, I heard it all. Ooh, I was about to kill myself real quick. Let me get myself together over here. Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna switch back because that was quite a story. It got me sweating and everything over here. That brought back a little memories because they did some things to me. They roughed me up real bad, like real bad. If anybody remember that story, comment down below because that was the first time I saw. Anyway, we're not even gonna get into that because. Whew, man, like I said, I'm sweating just fucking talking about it. But going back, confidence can bring you a long way. As you can see, American Idol, we've seen people on American Idol that, what's that Chinese guy name? I don't know his name. And I do not want to butcher his name. But he went up there singing, I don't even remember what he was singing, but he went viral and he had like major deals off of that. And I believe he got movie deals and everything just because of his confidence level. Because he believed in himself enough that it wasn't about making a fool. That he genuinely was, you know what I mean, being him and being confident in what he felt was talent for him. You know what I mean? Like, no, it wasn't American Idol worthy, but the world loved it. And it went viral. And this man became very well known for it. And like I said, I forgot this man's name, but yeah, that's a prime example of how far confidence can get you. Another person, and please do not kill me for saying this man's name, but Shamar, I know y'all know who Shamar is, okay? He's not very attractive. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat anything or be biased, but we all know he's not very attractive. But he is funny. and his confidence. He will curse you out real fast. I've seen him on reality. He's on a couple of, I guess, YouTube series and a couple of reality TV things online. And he will argue with anybody, female, male. He'll fight. What? He's walking with a limp, literally, but walking with a limp with confidence, nonetheless. Like dancing and everything on his TikToks. Like his confidence level is through the roof, and people respect that. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to have the glitz, the glam, the golds. You know what I mean? Like he's a regular person. You know what I mean? And that's what people like to see. A regular person who exudes an amount of confidence that you can't buy anywhere else. Confidence that's genuine. You know what I mean? Confidence that's not, like I said, what was the word I used earlier? I forgot the word I used. See, short-term memory loss. It is real bad. It's like really, really bad. But yeah, it can be built in you. You know what I mean? Like I said, and going back to that, like I said, it can be with cops. I've seen nerds in school, going from personal experience now, nerds in school. We've all seen this. It's Steve Urkel. You get what I'm saying? Like, he built a machine to make himself into who was his name? Stefan. And the confidence level went through the roof. He had Laura on the hip. Laura was drooling over that man after he got in that little machine. And he transformed into Stefan. But when he turned back into Urkel, baby, I mean, he still exuded confidence, but it wasn't as confident as when he was Stefan. And we all know that. Okay? That's another comparison. You get what I'm saying? Arrogance. Now, we're not going to talk about, we're going to talk about like TV shows and stuff like that, because I want to make it like relatable, but I don't want to get too deep. I still want it to be like, you know, friendly. So the Martin Show. Arrogance. Now, remember when Martin had got the phone call from the radio station, and he kept saying, but they called me. They called me. They want me. And they wind up picking somebody else. You see? He had the confidence to get, you know what I mean, to get in the door, you know what I mean? But his arrogance and his level of just like overly being proud of everything and just, you know, gloating when he should have just been humble. I think they wind up what? Giving it to Brumman, I think. I think that was the episode. I think that really was the episode. I think they really gave it to Brumman. And that's another prime example of confidence and arrogance. You can have confidence, but you can build the arrogance along the way, and it can sabotage you. I've seen people get in the limelight and get very arrogant. I see it a lot. Like a lot. And I'll just be like, is it confidence? Really? Because, like I said, a lot of people get it confused. They get it very confused. But it's easy to decipher to me. It's very easy to decipher to me. Like, I walk with my head held high wherever I go. I don't care if I look busted. Baby, I'm still gonna walk in with a smile on my face. How you doing? I'm great. How are you? Like, yeah. Straight like that, you know? We all have our off days, but it's that confidence that we build within ourselves that gets us through each day. Each one of those difficult days. You know what I'm saying? We learn how to build confidence in your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because we get so caught up in trying to build confidence in ourselves that some people lose sight of instilling it in their kids. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to talk about people's parenting because I'm not here to talk about that. And that goes back to also being around different energies. Your children, you can grow up having an arrogant type of energy because of how your parents raised you, because your parents had an arrogant demeanor, because your parents felt very entitled. You know what I mean? They felt like, they were on top of the world, so it just passed down to you. And I'm not saying that you can't exude that, but it's a cap to it, and it's levels to it, and y'all know what I mean. So don't come for me, okay? Please don't come for me. Like I said, I don't want no problems with nobody. No problems with nobody at all. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the weather because it's been pretty hot. It has been pretty hot and it's getting hotter, and I don't think I'm ready. Yeah, I don't particularly think I'm ready. I'm one of those people that be like, it's cold in the winter, but then when it get hot, oh, it's too hot in the summer. But I don't go outside. I like to hibernate. So if I don't gotta work, I'm in the house until the sun go down, basically. Yeah. Yeah, that sounded about right. But I hope everybody's getting these summer plans together because I'm trying to be outside. Not too much. Not too much. Because in the last episode, like I said, like I told y'all, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to get some things situated. So that might be, hot girl summer might be on hold for baby girl right here. But I'm still going to make the best of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed your Memorial Day. I actually enjoyed mine pretty good. Didn't really do much. Went to a cookout with the family in East Orange, New Jersey. Shouts out to the fam. Shouts out to JJ. Had a really good time. Brought my niece and my nephew. These kids nowadays got confidence out of this world. I can honestly say that. I go on TikTok and I see some of these kids who are more confident than adults, who exude more confidence than adults, who the way they speak, the way they talk, the way they act, their mannerisms, and then y'all may be looking like, Lay, you're bugging. I'm really not. I'm really, really not. And I'm sure there's at least one person that is shaking their head. Yup. Because I know. Trust me. I know. Okay. I know. And this wouldn't be the Tatted Beauty podcast without me telling you a story of growth through what I'm talking about. So I can say I was very arrogant. I would say in relationships, romantic relationships, I would say, I'm not going to pinpoint just one. I would say we all get caught up being arrogant in relationships, but I'm speaking of me right now. So I would say I was arrogant in relationships because it was like, I just felt like, girl, or when I was messing with men too, like, you can't get no better, like, it's me. Like, I'm Lay. Like, you're wilding. You're bugging. Like, chill out. Relax. Like, I know we all been there too. Like, we've been in and out, and just feel like, get that sense of arrogance where it's like, you're not going anywhere. You just feel like you're not irreplaceable because everybody is replaceable. You know what I mean? But you develop a sense of arrogance where it's just like, it's always going to be me. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of every day, it's just always going to be me. And I'm, like I said, I fell into that and I gagged, girl. I gagged. Because I'm single. To this day. Girl, the struggle is real. But like I said, it's, I'm very territorial in relationships and in friendships. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, this is my friend, this is me, it just is what it is. I developed a sense of arrogance with my friends because or not toward them, but with other people about my friends, because it's like those are my friends. Like I've had people to come up to me like, depending on who I'm around, like, oh, why you chilling on them? Listen, these these are my people, and what we not about to do, we not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like either you gonna chill or you not. People that I was around, like celebrities, used to ask me like, well, or I used to bring my friends around certain places where I used to go, like if I was going to like a strip club or a studio or something like that, and they would see them and they would ask me like, oh, who that? But it wasn't necessarily them asking me who was that. It was how they said it and like their facial expression. It was like the way they looked. It was like, why are you with them type of situation. And it was just like, well, that's my friend, or that's my sis, that's my bro, that's my buzz. Like, and a lot of people didn't like that. But to be so arrogant enough to feel like you don't want to sit with nobody because they're sitting with somebody that's not necessarily on your tax bracket, I will never be okay with that. And yes, sit at tables with winners, sit at tables with people who are doing better than you. Yes, I get that. I've done that. I still do that to this day. You know what I mean? Like, shit, my little sister. Shout out to my little sister. She just became operations manager of her fucking store. You know what I mean? Shouts out to baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm surrounded by greatness. I'm surrounded by, winners. But to sit at a table with people who judge you for who you're around, them not your people, baby. Them are not your people at all. And I've been around nasty individuals like that, and that's another story for another day. Y'all see my whole energy just changed on that, because like the industry is like very just like, whew. I don't even want to get canceled again, because they done canceled me already. They done canceled me so many times. And I just keep coming back because it's in me. But it says it's in me, not on me. I think that's what the saying is. I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy that I have the confidence that I have. So if anybody has the confidence that they have, walk with your head held high, baby. Okay? If you that girl that want to wear a pump every day, because that's just you, wear that pump every day. If you the girly that want to be natural all day, or the girl that just want to wear the wigs all the time, and you wear the bust down 40-inch middle part, curly, whatever you, if that's you, that's you. Don't let nobody take your confidence away from you, because I almost allowed that shit to happen too. Because confidence can get taken away easily too, if you're not careful. And if anybody has anybody out there that's playing on their top, build that confidence up, baby, because ain't nobody gonna do it better than you. Ain't nobody gonna do it better than you. Nobody. Not a partner, not even your kids. Okay? And that's just the truth about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just endless things that can break confidence, and there's a lot of things that you can become arrogant with. And I try to stay away from arrogant people, because that's a trigger for me. Very much so. We're not building each other up. We're not talking about that. I don't got time for that. Because like I said, I've been around that a little too much. And it's just like, nah, I'm good. Especially hearing from people in the hood and we all still in the same situation, girl, bye. Okay? We're not even going to get into that. But I'm just praying that anybody who is having conflict with building confidence, that you get that confidence. I've seen people give up on themselves, nah. Fight to build that confidence back up. I've seen bums who are great singers, and you see them on the internet, they sing, or the confidence level is there. It's just some of their attitudes may have gotten in the way. arrogance. You know what I mean? They've lost everything because they were very selfish. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to get too deep into that and dissect that because that can go a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? But arrogance plays a part in a lot of things that people lose, and people don't like to uh, they don't like to accept it. But if you use another word for it, that's basically ego. You know, it's the same thing. Arrogance, ego. So I honestly would say, for the people that are fighting to get that confidence back, but don't be arrogant when you come back out. You know what I mean? When you finally do, sit with yourself, excuse me, when you sit with yourself and you finally do build that confidence back up, don't turn into the people who damaged you. Don't turn into those arrogant people who gave you the nose. Don't turn into those arrogant people who may have shunned you away because you didn't have the look, or because you didn't have the physique, or you didn't have the style. You know what I'm saying? Like, build that confidence back up so when you come back around, you know what I mean? Those arrogant people can smell the confidence before you even get to them, in front of them. You know what I mean? Just by seeing you walk down the street, because confidence is a very powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing to have, but it's also a very damaging thing to lose because you give up on yourself. And I don't want to see anybody give up on themselves. This is why I created this platform. This is why I created the Tatted Beauty Podcast. I don't want to see people give up on themselves because I almost gave up on myself. I almost gave up on my child. I was so blind by things, I didn't know that she was going through her own situations, with friends. I found her shunning herself away from me because she saw me. I couldn't even give it. I couldn't even give it at all. And that's when it was just like, nah, lay. So it was just like a ball of just like, it was hell. It was really hell. I know you guys, or whoever watches, I know you guys may be like, she went through a lot of things, and I try to keep things generalized because I don't want to mention names. I don't want to catcall, I guess is what they want to call it. Name drop, that's another name for it. I don't want to do things like that because this is not about those people, but I do have to implicate that there were individuals involved, whether it was one person, whether it was several people involved, or whatever the case may be. It's very unfortunate that some people do know my situations and do know my story, so when I do speak about certain things, people can put two and two together. But I just want to let you guys know, please don't put me in a bubble. Don't put the situations that I speak about in a bubble. Don't, if you are one of the people that you feel like that I'm talking about, don't put yourself in that bubble. Reach out to me. I'm not mean at all, and I'm not an arrogant person at all. I'm very cool, very chill, laid back. If you have a question, DM me. My phone number is the same. You know what I mean? I'm not a heartless person. I'm not an evil person. I'm not any of that. If anything, I'm a very patient person. I'm a very forgiving person. I'm too forgiving at times. But I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful that I am that type of person. Because I don't want to be angry. Like, I don't. Now, I am stern. Let's get that straight. Let's get that very straight. I am very stern, very to the point, very militant. Shouts out to my dad, for instilling that in the streets. My dad in the streets. That's a fact. But I am willing to help anybody that wants to help, because I was a person that was unlovable at one point. You know what I mean? Like, even though I thought that I could be loved, and I could love on other people, you know, I understood what it felt like to not be lovable. You know what I mean? Because of the things that you're necessarily going through. And like I said, when I speak about things, I just genuinely want you guys to take the message for what it is and not for what you think it is. Seriously. Every time I get in front of this camera, I have a purpose and I speak with intention. Like, seriously. You may see how I talk. I talk like this on a regular basis. Yeah, I go in and out all the time. So you're going to hear me go from this. Yeah, you might hear me go from this to this. Yeah. Or yeah, go to that too. Because it just gets like that sometimes, you know. I'm just a bubbly person. A very confident person. See? You see how I just meshed that in there together? That just went very, very well. Like how you do that, like. I hope I was able to help someone build some kind of confidence level back up, or get a foot in the door. You know what I mean? To building back your confidence. And I hope that I clicked to some arrogant people, because you guys need to humble yourself. And like I always say, karma always spin the block, baby. And she don't miss. She really don't miss at all. Okay? So, like I said in the beginning of the show, subscribe, like, comment, share. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. This has been episode 7, Tatted Beauty Podcast. I am your host, Alasia. You know, I always leave you guys with some words of encouragement. And today, I'm going to leave you with this. Never let anybody dim your light. Shine the way that you are supposed to shine. Confidence is not meant to be hidden. It's meant to be shown. Okay? If they can't handle it, all right, tell them to put some shades on or go inside the house. Period. See you next time.